Right now, just 2 weeks away from the midterms, where things are heating up on the campaign trail. And one major online store will no longer be selling Jeffrey Dahmer costumes after receiving backlash.
Breezy this very mild Sunday morning. I expect another windy day as the system is approaching from the west. I'll time out these winds, and when the area you'll see the showers and thunderstorms.
Good morning, and thanks for joining us on Weekend Mornings. I'm Shane Hogan. It's a great start to this Sunday morning. Greg, it was a beautiful Saturday, but we could see some rain in the forecast.
Yeah, things are going to change a little bit here. Overall, today's going to be just more wind than anything else. But still, temperatures warm. The rain chances really come in tonight or late this evening, so the day will be fine. Overall, winds are starting to pick up, especially across western Iowa and in Minnesota, too. And overall areas, too, are starting to see that. It's been breezy all night, some gusts. You look at further to the south, they're already still getting gusts overnight in the 30s. So we're going to see that kind of push northeast. So we're going to see a lot more wind today, especially the gusts getting above 30. There's a wind advisory out to the west, basically of Rochester. That covers most of that area for winds up to 45 gusts out of the south. That'll continue through tomorrow morning as that storm approaches. Temperatures right now, we're starting off really nice. Upper 50s, low 60s. Really balmy out there with the south wind, so not quite your typical end of October temperatures. We're getting up a few degrees cooler yesterday, but still, we're talking almost still 20 degrees above average for the whole area once again. So Madison right now, 58 degrees, south-southeast winds at 10. We're going to climb up into around the low 70s by this afternoon. The winds definitely are going to increase up to 18 there you see right now. The same thing with La Crosse too. We're going to see temperatures then warm up once again too. And winds pick up too. And I'll time out more on when we see these showers and thunderstorms, which are coming more tonight later in the broadcast.
All right, Greg, thanks very much. We'll check back in. Well, Election Day is just over 2 weeks away, and candidates across the country are making their case to voters. Control of the House and Senate hangs in the balance, and in some states, voting is already underway. Bradley Blackburn has more from the campaign trail.
Coast to coast, it is a final push in tight midterm races. Senate races are neck and neck in several states, including Georgia, where Republican candidate Herschel Walker is holding on despite revelations about his past behavior. At the White House Friday, President Biden pushed back against polls that show some Democrats are losing momentum.
The polls have been all over the place. I think that we're going to see one more shift back to our side the closing days.
The president has stayed away from the campaign trail in some states out of concern his unpopularity could hurt Democratic candidates.
Great state of Texas.
Saturday, former President Trump held a rally in South Texas, but he is staying away from some battlegrounds too. In many places, Election Day is already here. In Nevada, where there's a tight Senate race, early voting began Saturday, and mail-in ballots were distributed last week. Nationwide, some 7 million Americans have already cast ballots and locked in their decisions. But the battle will go on until the last vote is cast. In Wisconsin, this team of Democratic canvassers is going house to house to re-elect Governor Tony Evers. Team Gold first started knocking doors in 2008, campaigning for Barack Obama.
Our last shift for this period will end at 8 p.m. when the polls close on November 8th. We don't quit.
A race to the finish with Election Day now just days away. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
At his rally in Texas, former President Donald Trump rallied against the January 6th committee, but did not say whether he would comply with the subpoena they sent him on Friday. The Republican National Committee has filed a lawsuit against Google, claiming the popular search engine is sending its campaign emails to users' spam folders. In the suit filed in federal court in California, the RNC says Google is discriminating against it for its political affiliation. The party says this is coming during key times for election fundraising. The RNC claims the bias has been happening for 10 months with no solution or explanation given. In August, federal election regulators voted to allow Google to go ahead with its plan to make it easier for campaign emails to bypass spam filters. It was determined the project did not violate federal campaign finance laws. Google has previously denied Republican criticism that spam filters are biased against conservatives. Google has not yet responded for comment on the lawsuit. In 5 states on Election Day, people will vote on measures to ban slavery that are still on the books. Each of the 5 states has a constitution that bans involuntary servitude for everyone except those who have been convicted of a crime. If passed, the measures in Alabama, Louisiana, Oregon, Tennessee, and Vermont could open a door for prisoners there to be paid for their work. A similar action in Nebraska enabled inmates there to go from making nothing for their prison labor to making between $20 and $30 a week. States including Colorado and Utah have passed their own inmate slavery bans in the past 4 years. The head of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention has tested positive for COVID-19. A statement from the CDC says Dr. Rochelle Walensky learned of her positive test on Friday night. She is experiencing mild symptoms and isolating at home. The agency says Walensky is up to date on her COVID vaccinations and received an updated booster last month. The numbers of COVID-19 cases in the U.S. have been dropping into fall. However, many health experts say a surge could be coming into the colder months ahead. And if you haven't had the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine yet, you or your insurance may be picking up the tab in a few weeks. As government contracts wind down, Pfizer vaccine will be sold for up to $130 per dose. That's the commercial list price, but the company believes most people will not actually have to pay that much out of pocket. An adult flu vaccine typically costs about $20 per dose. Vaccines can range in cost from $27 for a tetanus shot to up to $268 for the HPV immunization. Pfizer does point out it offers a patient's assistance program, which helps provide the uninsured with access to vaccines. The shift away from government-subsidized COVID vaccines is expected as early as the first quarter of next year. eBay is removing Jeffrey Dahmer-themed Halloween costumes from its online listings. Netflix hit series titled Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story, has sparked intense interest in the cannibal and serial killer. eBay's policy states it does not allow, quote, listings that promote or glorify violence or violent acts, unquote. That includes the individuals who are notorious for committing violence. The popular Netflix series has been criticized for being insensitive to Dahmer's victims. Other online retailers like Easy appear to still be selling kits labeled as Jeffrey Dahmer costumes. Well, still ahead here this morning, a health conversation on emotional wellness. And you're taking a live look outside of the Capitol. How beautiful is that shot? Greg's got the full forecast when we get back.
When I heard from my doctor, it was my worst nightmare. My baby's diagnosis was dismal, a severe abnormality, and my husband and I decided to have an abortion so our daughter wouldn't suffer. Tim Michaels thinks that decision should have been his, not ours. He wants to criminalize abortion. And if he's elected, women will lose the freedom to decide what's best for them. Tim Michaels is just way too radical for Wisconsin.
Denver Mattress has always believed in investing right here with American-made mattresses built with unrivaled quality and sold at factory direct prices. Because improving your sleep life should always be easy and affordable. And during the incredible value sale, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Or save $300 on Tempur-Breeze and LuxAdapt mattresses and get a $300 gift. Plus 4 years no interest and free shipping. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right mattress.
Hi, this is Lisa from 4Imprint. Yes. I'd like 50 welcome wows, 300 customer I love it, and 200 team member oh yes.
Certainly.
You know we got some brand new woohoos.
Dial up the wow factor with promotional products from 4Imprint. We specialize in awesome items that are certain to awe and guaranteed to deliver some ooh yes. From apparel, backpacks, drinkware to high-tech items.
Wow.
I love it. Woohoo!
Go to 4imprint.com and find some wow now. 4Imprint, for certain.
There's a reason big dental bills often come as a shock, because sometimes you don't realize what's not covered until you get the bill. That's why affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual is important. It can give you benefits that go beyond what you get from more limited coverage plans. because no one likes a big dental bill, especially if you're retired or on a fixed income. For a free information kit, call or go online now. This isn't some discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance that helps cover over 350 procedures, like cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures, at any dentist you want. Dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company helps cover preventive care, basic work, and major procedures, with no deductibles and no annual maximum. For your free information kit with all the details, call now or visit sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Breaking news in Dallas, Texas, where at least 5 police officers were killed when they were ambushed.
This was the deadliest day for U.S. law enforcement since 9/11.
Just days after this horrific crime, Mandela Barnes appeared on Vladimir Putin's propaganda news outlet and rationalized violence against American police officers.
Police officers are over-exercising their badges. This probably was a retaliatory attack.
Do you want Mandela Barnes representing you in the Senate?
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
While we warm up out over our area, the west is actually getting the cold air, the snow in the mountains, rain. That system is the one that's going to impact us. But ahead of it, it draws up that warmer air into our area in the Central Plains. And we've seen that the last couple days. We're going to see it one more day as the system begins to push east. By Monday, we'll start then cooling it down as it does lift through the area. Then overall next week, we kind of get into the split pattern where you have a jet to the north, jet to the south. So we're not really going to see any type of cold, real cold air that's to the north, but also the moisture in the system storm track kind of stays to the south. So we will cool down, but we're not going to see any type of 30s or 40s like we saw last week. So today, warm again. We have some moisture coming up. Cloud cover will begin to push up further today. We'll have that rain chance come back in. That's the first wave coming up with showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. That'll lift north this overnight. So most areas will see a little bit of a round of showers and a few thunderstorms. A break then another line develops along the front. This is more of an area of just light to moderate rain that'll expand northeast over Monday evening and then push east Monday night into Tuesday. So areas to the west will see a break again. And then Tuesday we have another wave that kind of develops right along the front that goes up more south central and southeastern Wisconsin for rain chances once again Tuesday into Wednesday, while areas to the west will probably dry out. Right now, temperatures today will climb right back up into the mid to upper 80s, maybe a degree or two cooler just because of more moisture and a little bit more cloud cover, but winds definitely will be the story today. They'll increase. Tonight, you'll see there's that first line come through about Sunday tonight, about midnight, showers and a few thunderstorms. We'll see a break then tomorrow morning. And then once again, we'll see that line then push up towards Monday afternoon to west to around the La Crosse area. And then Monday overnight, it'll expand eastward. So that's the rain chance that we'll see. Thunderstorms, we could see severe thunderstorms potentially down by Omaha, west of the area. Wind to be the main threat with this. We'll see some of those thunderstorms push east, but they'll probably weaken as they get here, but that's something to keep in mind out west. Rain chance, here's the two areas that we've talked about going through Wednesday, and then everything kind of clears out after Wednesday with a system that looks to be Thursday that probably will dive south. We'll get more clouds than anything from that, so that's something to keep in mind of. So as you look accumulated precipitation right now, how much rainfall? This is a general idea, 1/2 to 3/4, more to the south, more to the east. But we do need the rain, especially areas in western Minnesota with the drought conditions going on right now. This is something that we could use. Overall, once we get past this, we'll go back to the mid to upper 50s. Like I said, cloud cover Thursday, Friday. That's a small chance maybe we might see some rain on that for La Crosse and Madison. And then there's maybe another system towards Halloween that's getting me a little bit more nervous that we might see a shower or two with that. Otherwise, it looks good temperature-wise, though. We're not going to see any cold temps, but we're definitely not going to see the 70s anymore.
Well, we were hyping up Halloween yesterday for it to be nice. We got to keep our fingers crossed that it stays dry.
It's not going to be a huge storm right now, but, you know, it'll be clouds and maybe a few showers right now.
All right, Greg, thank you very much. Well, in this morning's health conversation, I sat down with Dr. Rupa Shah to talk about emotional wellness and the steps we can take to improve it. When it comes to wellness, there are many different aspects to focus on, from physical to mental and even our emotional wellness. SSM Health family medicine provider wellness coach Dr. Rupa Shah is here today to talk a little bit about emotional wellness and how it can affect our overall health. So we're going to start with talking about emotional wellness. What does that term mean?
It really can mean a lot of different things, but it's sort of how you react and cope to different stressors in your environment and how aware, mindful you really are about how you're feeling and experiencing emotions within your body, and really just sitting with them without judgment and just noticing those emotions in your body.
Now, how does your emotional wellness impact your overall health?
Yeah, so we tend to forget that when we have increased stress, we are in a higher sort of cortisol stress state, which can lead to different health problems. It can lead to high blood pressure. It can lead to stress ulcers. We know, of course, like mental health issues, anxiety and depression. So there's a lot of different health problems that can come from just not being in a state of wellness with our health. With our emotions.
And I think, you know, thankfully, a lot more is being talked about when it comes to mental health. So people are starting to include that in their everyday conversations with their physicians as well. Now, what are some good ways that we can kind of build up our emotional wellness to kind of have, you know, a little protection when it comes to this stuff?
Yeah, so I think one of the main things is learning to become a little bit more resilient. And that can mean learning different coping mechanisms when something difficult comes your way, knowing who your support system and your resources are that you can go to in times of need. I think that's a really critical one. Another one is stress reduction skills. So again, knowing how to calm yourself down and do some relaxation when you're feeling that your stress is rising in your life, because we're all going to be faced with challenges on a day-to-day, you know, level. And I think finally getting a good night's sleep. We tend to underestimate that.
So simple, but so crucial.
Yeah, we know that we can cope better with stressors. We have more resilience. We can think more clearly, and we're just a bit calmer when we've had a good night's sleep. So focusing on a well-rested brain.
It can be as simple as that. And, you know, I think, again, coming to that stigma, therapy, and, you know, starting to include those things in our daily lives. So important.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you, Dr. Shaw, as always. Where else can people find you?
So they can find me on Instagram at Wellness with Dr. Shaw.
All right, thank you, as always.
All right, thanks.
Well, still ahead this morning, a potential book ban in Michigan, what it could mean for libraries across the country.
Call for action only on News 3 Now.
When a clean, shiny truck pulls up in front of your house, everyone starts clapping because everyone is happy. Yeah! And that's why they all start dancing. We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
Wells Fargo lets you know where you stand with your FICO credit score. What if you knew where you stood with everything, like your future in-laws?
Hope you like cats.
I hope your parents like me. They're whispering.
The kitties like her.
Can they tell I'm allergic? Tears of joy.
Welcome to the family.
Like knowing where you stand? When it comes to your credit score, you can with Wells Fargo.
Toyota trains certified technicians. Is that important?
Well, you wouldn't hire just anyone to help you move, would you?
This shortcut saves 2 hours easy, please,
dude! No.
Of course not.
Not again.
Toyota Service Centers. Keep your Toyota a Toyota.
Non-attorney spokesperson. This is a paid advertisement for legal services sponsored by Nightline Legal. Cases assigned on a random basis to participating law firms.
If you or a loved one were stationed at Marine Corps Base Camp Lejeune between 1953 and 1987 and were later diagnosed with cancer, Parkinson's disease, or other serious health effects, call right now. You may be entitled to financial compensation. Call right now to find out if you qualify.
Call 1-800-336-0524. 1-800-336-0524.
There's no other place where my story is possible. My mom was a teacher. My dad worked third shift. It was our ticket to the middle class. That's the promise of America I'll fight to protect. While others send our jobs overseas, I'll bring manufacturing back, invest in our own workers, and stock our shelves with American products. And with a middle class tax cut, you'll be able to keep more of what you earn. I know the promise of America, and no one will fight harder to protect it. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
When a clean, shiny truck pulls up in front of your house, everyone starts clapping because everyone is happy. Yeah! And that's why they all start dancing. We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Yeah, we do have a wind advisory out to the west, La Crosse, Rochester, for winds gusting up to 45. Everyone will see strong winds today, too. Most of the other areas will be gusting in the 30s as that system begins to approach closer to us. So overall, La Crosse, we're looking at upper 70s, southeast winds increasing to almost 20 miles per hour. And like I said, there will be some higher gusts near 30, so it'll be quite windy out. With cloud cover increasing too this afternoon. La Crosse, Madison, same story. We're going to get winds increasing this afternoon. Clouds will be more towards this evening, but once again, some gusts over 30 are possible with that. So bottom line, we've got mild temperatures, even 70s tomorrow briefly, windy today and tomorrow. Storms tonight. The best chance for rain looks to be Monday afternoon through Tuesday morning, and then another chance for showers and Tuesday, more for southern Wisconsin.
All right, sounds good, Greg. Thank you very much. Next month, the future of the public library in Jamestown, Michigan is on the ballot. It could close if residents don't vote to fund it. But there's a war over words sparked by some of the text found on its shelves. Here's more from CBS's Elaine Quijano.
In a small Michigan town, neighbors are locked in a war over words.
We all know in our hearts that these books and lifestyle choices are destructive and wrong. If voted no first time around, we can vote no second time around.
That August vote was for a tax or millage to fund the local library for the next 10 years. Voters have approved the tax twice since 2002, but this time a group called the Jamestown Conservatives led a successful drive to vote no, essentially defunding the library. The group was angry library officials wouldn't remove 5 books with LGBTQ themes from the shelves.
I've used the word reverse ransom.
Reverse ransom, that's how you see it.
Reverse ransom. In exchange for pulling the books out of the library, we will then help you to get your millage approved so you can keep the doors open.
Larry Walton is president of the library board. They oppose moving or removing the books, calling it censorship.
I feel like we've kind of stepped back in time talking about book banning. I never thought I would hear again those words, book banning, and in my own community. So it's disappointing. It's heartbreaking to be associated with this situation.
Across the country, efforts to remove certain books from libraries and schools are gaining momentum. A recent study found more than 1,600 books were banned in more than 5,000 schools in 32 states. More than 40% of the books focus on LGBTQ subjects, and more than 60% have primary characters of color or address issues of race. Jonathan Friedman of the free speech advocacy group PEN America sees a troubling trend.
What we've seen are citizens calling and filing criminal complaints about books available in libraries, and I've seen that in numerous states where police go to a library to investigate a book.
Community standards in Jamestown are not the same as in New York, LA, or even in Grand Rapids.
Jamestown resident Dean Smith supports pulling the books from the shelves and says it's not about bigotry.
What do you think some of the misunderstanding is that folks don't seem to know about?
That we are a monolithic group that's anti-gay. That has nothing to do with it. I don't want any sexually or violently graphic material on display for kids to see when they come into the library.
Oh my gosh. Passions ran high at the September meeting. The books weren't even on the agenda, but they were on everyone's mind, including board treasurer Deb Fridsma.
And so I appreciate passion, I do, but it is a slippery slope. You cherish your freedom. What you're doing right now is taking other people's freedoms away.
The final chapter here will be written in November, when voters will again be asked to decide on funding and the fate of the library. Elaine Quijano, CBS News, Jamestown Township, Michigan.
An interesting story there out of Michigan. Well, we still have a half hour left of news here on Weekend Mornings. We're back after this.
Hey, Dad, what?
Looks like the perfect spot.
American Family Insurance is here to protect your family on the road with a travel peace of mind package. Get a quote or find an agent at amfam.com.
Denver Mattress has always believed in investing right here with American-made mattresses built with unrivaled quality and sold at factory direct prices. Because improving your sleep life should always be easy and affordable. And during the incredible value sale, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Or save $300 on Tempur-Breeze and LuxAdapt mattresses and get a $300 gift. Plus 4 years no interest and free shipping. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right mattress.
I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
All units, all units. Reports of an abortion at Central Hospital. Officers needed to detain doctor.
If Ron Johnson has his way, he wouldn't just ban abortions. Doctors could go to jail for it. And Johnson's tried for over a decade. He even co-sponsored a bill with no exceptions for rape, incest, or the life of the woman. And said if women don't like an abortion ban, they can just move. But it's Ron Johnson who doesn't belong in Wisconsin.
There's a reason big dental bills often come as a shock, because sometimes you don't realize what's not covered until you get the bill. That's why affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual is important. It can give you benefits that go beyond what you get from more limited coverage plans. Because no one likes a big dental bill, especially if you're retired or on a fixed income. For a free information kit, call or go online now. This isn't some discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance that helps cover over 350 procedures, like cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures, at any dentist you want. Dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company helps cover preventive care, basic work, and major procedures, with no deductibles and no annual maximum. For your free information kit with all the details, call now or visit sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Hey, are we gonna fit? There we go. At American Family Insurance, we're here to carefully protect your dreams. All right, open your eyes. Welcome home. Save up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto insurance today. Get a quote or find an agent at amfam.com.
As political ads bombard you with campaign promises and claims to capture your vote, News 3 Now gives you a reality check, clarifying the candidates' messages and finding the facts to help you make informed choices. Reality Check, Wednesdays on News 3 Now at 6.
The candidates for Wisconsin Attorney General face off in a live debate. Join us as Attorney General Josh Call and District Attorney Eric Toney debate in a Campaign 2022 special.
Thursday at 4 p.m. on News 3 Now, your local election headquarters.
Right now, a major fire leaves a home at a total loss in the town of Albion. Plus, the midterm election just a few weeks away, with Governor Evers continuing his campaign trail by stopping by a group of door knockers.
And temperatures are definitely warm out there this morning, almost 20 degrees above what they were yesterday in some areas. We're set for another warm day today, but I'm tracking when we'll see those rain chances actually come back to the picture.
Good morning, and thanks for joining us on Weekend Mornings. I'm Shane Hogan. Thanks for waking up with us on this Sunday. Greg, we were talking about yesterday just how nice of a day it was. Today, we're going to enjoy the temps, but you've got some rain in the forecast.
Eventually, we're going to get some rain. We're also going to get some, especially the wind is probably the thing you'll notice more today as well. It starts to pick up as that storm gets closer. But overall, many areas warmer today, especially up north. They were more in the 30s because of that little wind shift yesterday that got them down there. They're up 20 degrees above. Everywhere else is about 5 to 10 degrees above what they were, which just translates to very warm temperatures. Low 60s at the end of October this time of morning is very rare, but you can see all the areas covered with upper 50s, low 60s. Wind advisory out to the west. They're going to see the strongest winds out there because of that system, so up to gusts up to 45 through tomorrow. We'll see gusts in the 30s overall for most areas. A few degrees cooler than yesterday, but still mid to upper 70s, 15 to 20 degrees above what we should be, so still nice temperatures. You can see right now 58 degrees right now in Madison. We're going to still be climbing up into around the 70s we get to this afternoon. Notice the wind, 15 to 20 miles per hour, definitely will be there. Same case with La Crosse, 62 right now. The wind's out of south-southeast. They'll see the same type of conditions. Clouds actually increase too, but 73 and winds also main factor. There's the setup right now. All your wind advisories to the west, and there's your system that we're tracking. That's going to be the one to bring us some showers, thunderstorms tonight. I'll break down when that happens and when our best chance comes for the work week for rain chances.
All right, Greg, thank you very much. We start this morning with developing news out of Lafayette and Greene counties, where Wisconsin Department of Justice investigation continues. It comes after a Lafayette County Sheriff's deputy responded to a cross-county vehicle pursuit that began in Grant County following the initial incident that happened in Dubuque, Iowa. Around 2:30 Saturday afternoon, the deputy used a spike strip and discharged their gun towards the vehicle. The car then crashed in Greene County, where the driver fled on foot and officers chased after the individual. A gunshot was then heard and the suspect was found dead at the scene near State Highway 11. The involved deputy has been placed on administrative leave per department policy. Again, that investigation continues. We will bring you more information when we know more. A home in the town of Albion is considered a total loss after it caught fire just after 6 Saturday morning. One person inside was able to get out of the house before the fire spread. Edgerton Fire Chief Randy Pickering tells News 3 that the home and its detached garage both caught fire. It's believed the fire started on the deck somehow, and the wind helped carry the flames across the property. The fire is under investigation, with Dane County officials saying it does not appear suspicious. And in Portage, a fire at an auction yard destroyed 15 vehicles Saturday morning. Officials say multiple explosions caused the cars to go up in flames, but they're not sure why that happened. The cause for that remains under investigation. An Oshkosh man convicted of stealing hundreds of thousands of dollars from a 92-year-old woman will be sentenced early next year. A jury earlier this month found Terry Culver guilty of 8 felonies. The state attorney general's office says he acted as a power of attorney for the victim and removed $426,000 from her bank accounts. That money was then allegedly used on home improvements and vehicles, as well as numerous outings at bars, restaurants, and casinos. The complaints also accuse him of filing false and fraudulent tax returns with the Department of Revenue. He'll be sentenced January 4th. To campaign 2022 now, the November election is just 2 weeks from this Tuesday, which means campaign volunteers are kicking their get out the vote efforts into high gear. And that started this weekend as Governor Evers stopped by a group knocking doors here in Madison. Political reporter Will Keneally reports from the campaign trail.
Hey everybody. For Governor Evers, Saturday was about rallying the troops ahead of the November election, now just 17 days away.
Well, now it's kind of hand-to-hand combat, going to door, those types of things.
And so he took time to meet one of those groups that's been knocking doors in Madison and has been doing so for the past 14 years.
We were one of the first Dane County grassroots teams canvassing for Barack Obama.
Claudia Pogrebo works with Team Gold, which has continued that grassroots energy from the 2008 campaign to Democratic causes now. They're running canvassing operations for Democrats essentially from dawn until dusk, each weekend before the election.
Our last shift for this period will end at 8 p.m. when the polls close on November 8th. We don't quit. When we get together, we just feed off each other. We have great enthusiasm. We believe so dearly in what we're doing.
Team Gold has a reputation, you know, the best in the state. How about that?
For Evers, he says the election is about different plans for the state. His opponent, Tim Michaels, floated a plan this week to split up the state's Department of Natural Resources.
It's absolutely ludicrous. The DNR is doing a great job, and kind of spin off the hunting part of it. That's one of their strengths, and so I see that as just creating more bureaucracy. It's nonsensical. It's another indication of how little he knows about state government, frankly.
And the election will be close. The polls continue to show Evers and Michaels running neck and neck. Reporting from Madison, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
And for extensive campaign 2022 coverage, head to channel3000.com, where you can find our voter information guide that has everything you need as you head to the polls. And coming up in just a bit, we will also focus more on the national landscape ahead of the midterms. The Madison area Stitchers were able to showcase their work during an Art of the Needle show on Saturday. The Madison area chapter of the Embroiderers Guild set up shop at the Lutheran Church of Living Christ to sell handmade items, patterns, stitching supplies, and more. Plus, there was even a special display of Ukrainian stitching. The chapter's president says the event is a great way to celebrate everyone's terrific needlework.
Once a year, we display our needlework that we've completed. It doesn't have to be within a year, but usually it is. And it runs anywhere from beginner pieces to really elaborate pieces of needlework.
And if you missed the event yesterday, there's another chance to check it out today. That's happening from noon to 4, and admission is free. Another fun event took place yesterday called Deltaween, hosted by the Delta Beer Lab in Fitchburg. Visitors could find food, vendors, music, and of course, spooky merch and products made by the Beer Lab. Local artisans and other small businesses were highlighted during the event, making a gathering that's both festive and focused on shopping local.
And I myself, along with many other people, obviously, are big Halloween fans. So this is an opportunity for us to bring those two together, kind of have a party, a bit of a get-together, and also support local businesses, local artists, local community, all at once.
And around the state, it was all hooves on deck in DeSoto during the American Standard Bred Adoption Program's second annual chili cook-off and walkthrough. The organization is geared towards helping non-racing standard bred horses find new homes.
We just do it out of love for the animals and also for the children and some adults in the community that come out and have equine-assisted learning activities.
This year's event had new additions, including new sponsors and new items for its silent auction. If you'd like to help the organization's cause, the ASAP program is accepting donations both online and by mail. Last month, our Andrew Banstra told you about Emmett Bailey, a.k.a. Mullet Boy, the 9-year-old from Menominee that won the U.S. Mullet Championship. Well, this weekend, he caught back up with Emmett at Mullets on the Yard.
What's better than spending a 75-degree October Saturday at a mullet-inspired charity event?
I don't know. Right behind me, they're cutting mullets.
Riley's Tavern hosted Mullets on the Yard. A co-owner and relative of Emmett's had to join in on the fun.
Every fresh mullet cut today, Bush Light is donating $50 to the Locks of Love. And for anybody that shows up today that has an existing mullet, they'll donate $20.
The Tavern partnered with Julie Grace Salon, raising hundreds of dollars for Locks of Love, even if Chuck's mullet isn't quite what it used to be.
Don't have much party in the back these days, but going all business in the front.
Emmett's life has changed quite a bit since we last spoke.
Really crazy. We've been overwhelmed with how many different places have reached out to Emmett to just have him come and be at their events, like things like this. Like you mentioned, he got to throw out a first pitch at a Brewers game. He got to go out on the ice at a Chicago Blackhawks game.
Yeah.
We went to a Badgers game. He got to be on the field at a pregame for a Badgers game.
I'm Emmett Bailey, and I'm Mullet Boy.
And as for Emmett's Best Mullet in America trophy, it's not going anywhere anytime soon.
Like this.
Are you ever going to get rid of that?
No.
What if somebody
Never in a
offered you
million
$10 million? Would you do it?
No.
In Verona, Andrew Banstra, News 3 Now.
Not even $10 million? No, I love that. Despite Emmett's best try, though, Andrew escaped Verona with a full head of hair. That would have been something. All right, still ahead this morning. The Badgers bounce back on homecoming. We've got a full recap coming up.
At Denver Mattress, we believe improving your sleep life should be easy and affordable. And during the incredible value sale, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend, plus 4 years no interest and free shipping. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right mattress.
Join us at the Madison Fall Parade of Homes, exclusively sponsored by Nuns. Visit and get inspired for your 2023 building and remodeling projects. Go to MadisonParadeOfHomes.com and purchase your tickets today.
To everyone who craves a fresh meal, come have a taste of Wisconsin.
America's Dairyland, as in real dairy.
It gives Culver's fresh frozen custard its famous rich and creamy flavor.
Like really rich.
So rich.
Rich and creamy.
And our cook-to-order Butterburgers?
They're topped with, you guessed it, Wisconsin cheese.
But it's the smiles we put on your face with every meal made just for you.
It really makes our hearts melt.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Nice.
If you overdraw your account, Wells Fargo gives you an extra day grace period to avoid the overdraft fee. What if everything came with a grace period? Like accidentally parking where you shouldn't.
Hey, what about this one? Nah, that one gets an extra day. Somebody got lucky.
Like having having an extra day grace period? When it comes to overdrafts, you can with Wells Fargo.
Research shows that people remember ads with young people having a good time. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance, here's a pool party.
Look what I brought!
Liberty Mutual! They customize your home insurance!
So you only pay for what you need! Young people having a good time with insurance! Young people, good times, insurance!
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Welcome. We're so glad you're here. Looking for one of our most capable Ford SUVs? Okay, great. We've got you covered. Spacious interiors, innovative tech, good looks, and a legendary off-road experience. Check out our inventory today, or let us help you place a custom order. Getting into the perfect Ford SUV? Well, it's easier than ever. Yeah, we've got you covered. Now choose FlexBuy on a 2022 Ford Escape or Edge and get 0% financing for 66 months.
Do you have an idea for an invention, but you don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp. They've been helping inventors for 35 years. Call today for free information.
Call 800-550-5543.
At Denver Mattress, we believe improving your sleep life should be easy and affordable. And during the incredible value sale, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend, plus 4 years no interest and free shipping. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right mattress.
Another warm day on tap as the system begins to approach, but otherwise we're going to see warm temperatures and the winds start picking up overall, as you can see right now on satellite. All those winds ahead of this storm. That light shading color to the west, that's the wind advisory for gusts up to 45 miles per hour in Iowa and Minnesota. Otherwise, temperatures starting off very mild, low 60s, upper 50s, climbing once again into the mid to upper 70s. A few more clouds, a little bit more moisture, but still. One thing to note, the wind gusts today, 30, gusting to 40 as you get to Iowa and parts of Minnesota, but that'll be fairly strong as we'll look that continues through almost the day. So La Crosse up to about the mid to upper 70s. Cloud cover increases this afternoon. We'll get more cloudy this evening. And the same story goes for Madison too, mid to upper 70s with some clouds more this evening. Both locations, winds probably 15 to 20 miles per hour with higher gusts. Rain chances right there for La Crosse. That's where we're going to peak that Monday into Tuesday time frame. That's the best shot for rainfall. We'll see some thunderstorms tonight. Same story for Madison too. That Monday night into Tuesday is the best chance to see some rain.
All right, Greg, thanks very much. Well, it was a special homecoming for the Badgers Saturday afternoon. The team was able to bounce back after that devastating overtime loss, and they make it 16 straight wins against Purdue, while Jim Leonhard picks up his first home win as interim head coach. And to yield those results, it all started with the first quarter where Wisconsin put on a clinic. 2.5 minutes in, Graham Mertz finds Skylar Bell. Defense follows that up early with a score on a pick six from Camp Randall's very own jewelry thief. And if 2 touchdowns weren't enough, Mertz goes to Shamir Dyke, finishing the first quarter with a 21-0 lead. And on the ground, Braylon Allen had himself quite a day, racking up 113 yards and a score to record his 13th 100-yard game. The Badgers are now 500 on this season. They pick up their second conference win. Mertz finishes the day 13 of 21 with over 200 yards and 2 touchdowns. But how about that defense? Well, Zach Hanley has more on their impressive play.
Last season against Purdue, John Torchio came up a yard short from a pick six. This time around, the jewelry thief cashed in for his second of the season and helped Wisconsin jump out to a 14-point lead, not even 4 minutes into the game.
I got crap all year long for being 1 yard short, so yeah, that redeems it. Coach Leonhard just tossed me the oop. I mean, perfect play call. When they went in motion, I knew exactly what they were running. So it's just a matter of don't be too early. Let him throw it. Just jumped in front.
I'm proud of him. He got better. He got in the end zone this time. But he's got such high football IQ, understands our scheme, understands offenses and how they attack. And then you add on top of that the timing. You know, it's not every safety has that.
You had a pick six, and you had a pick that came inside the 15-yard line that we were scoring 2 plays on. So, you know, that's huge, and props to him. That's a big part of the reason we won the game.
I think I saw a blur. I just see somebody fly past. It was him. I knew it was him, and then it was just a matter of what he was going to do at that point. He got in the end zone. It was a great start. You know, we went up 14-0.
think that was just a great start for us to start the day off.
The fast start was good, but the finish, that was even better. Or as Keanu Benton described it, we kept our foot on their throats. At Camp Randall Stadium, Zach Hanley, News 3 Sports.
Badgers are off this week. They return again on the 5th. And the Bucks, they start their season off on the right note, and they bring those winning ways back to home at Pfizer Forum, hosting the Rockets for their home opener. They didn't waste any time. Drew Holiday pouring it in early, and Giannis extends the lead as the Bucks open on a 13-0 run. They head into overtime with an almost 20-point lead. Giannis leading the way with 44 points and 12 boards as the Bucks dominate Houston, winning this one 125-105. The Bucks start the season 2-0. All right, still ahead this morning, celebrating local music, how a weekend event highlighted the past, present, and future. And you're taking a live look outside over the Capitol. Greg's back with those rain chances, when we can expect them after this.
This portion of News 3 Now is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Warrens, Wisconsin.
Hey, Dad, look.
Looks like the perfect spot.
American Family Insurance is here to protect your family on the road with the Travel Peace of Mind package. Get a quote or find an agent at amfam.com.
Oh, great. My wireless bill just went up.
Should have gone with US Cellular. They aren't raising prices on any of their plans.
Seriously?
Yeah, my price won't increase.
Well, that is refreshing. I feel like everywhere you turn these days, prices are going up.
Supply chain got us too. Don't get me started on the overhead cost.
At US Cellular, every plan for everyone is price protected.
You know, I respect a female entrepreneur.
US Cellular, where every plan is price protected.
Dear Detour, you took us off-road on the gnarliest trails. You asked us to measure up. So yeah, we did. When life slings you mud, sling it right back. Stay strong. Toyota Trucks.
Right now, get 2.49% APR for 48 months on a new Toyota Corolla, Camry, RAV4, Highlander, or Tacoma. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Hi, this is Lisa from 4Imprint. Yes. I'd like 50 welcome wows, 300 customer I love it, and 200 team member oh yes. Certainly. You know we got some brand new woohoos.
Dial up the wow factor with promotional products from 4Imprint. We specialize in awesome items that are certain to awe and guaranteed to deliver some ooh yes. From apparel, backpacks, drinkware to high-tech items.
Wow. I love it. Woohoo!
Go to 4imprint.com and find some wow now. 4Imprint, for certain.
He has his grandfather's smile.
Her mother's eyes.
My cheekbones.
But will she have my diabetes?
My sickle cell anemia.
His father's heart disease?
Go to joinallofus.org to share your health information and speed up health research breakthroughs. The future of health begins with you.
Hey, are we gonna fit? There we go. At American Family Insurance, we're here to carefully protect your dreams. All right, open your eyes. Welcome home. Save up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto insurance today. Get a quote or find an agent at amfam.com.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Yeah, although today's going to start off warm, sunny, we're going to have the winds too. We do have rain chances coming in, like we mentioned. The first one's going to come through here later this evening. That's going to be a line of showers and a few embedded thunderstorms as it pushes northeast to northern Minnesota and then stretches eastward across Wisconsin. We'll have a break overnight, and then the front gets closer. You can see the wind shift right here with the front. There's a wave that develops right along that. It spreads light to moderate rain through western areas by Monday afternoon and then spreads eastward overnight and then clearing the west areas by Tuesday morning. So that's the best shot for rainfall for most of the area right now. For today, upper 70s, low 80s. We'll see cloud covers increase. The winds also will increase. We've already mentioned that. It's going to be a windy day. Then a few showers come through as we get towards Sunday evening, Sunday night. They push through, and then overall, then we're seeing that next line that comes up That'll be the one to watch for most areas tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, to see that rain chance, and there it comes up towards that time frame. So that's the best shot. Overall, I'm going to skip that one right there. Precipitation chance, once we get through Tuesday, there's going to be another opportunity for western areas to see that. That's more south, central, southeastern Wisconsin. Rainfall amounts, we definitely need the rain in Minnesota and Iowa, definitely with drought conditions. Even over here, we've been fairly dry. So this will benefit. Unfortunately, most of it's going to be in Illinois and eastern Wisconsin, but still everyone should see something of the rain. So overall, we see temperatures warming up to about the upper mid-70s today. Then we'll just cool back down, mid-50s for La Crosse. No significant rain chances through the week, although there's some close calls here and there. Same story for Madison, too. A rain chance Friday, Saturday. Even one maybe Halloween, too, but both of those look fairly small right now. But temperatures back to where they should be.
All right, Greg, thank you very much. UW La Crosse's Screaming Eagles Marching Band celebrated the past, present, and future at the 10th Annual High School Band Day on Saturday. Over 300 high school musicians from 11 high schools got together to perform, plus the UWL Alumni Band joined to make some music. Organizers say having the alumni there perform will encourage students to pursue music well after they graduate.
Music is a lifelong endeavor, and I think it's great that our alumni band's here today too, so the students can see that they can keep music in their life forever. There's not a time limit.
The bands played plenty of hits. Included on the track list were songs by Ariana Grande, Nicki Minaj, and BTS. And area crafters united Saturday at Logan High School for the 33rd Annual Logan High Fall Craft Show. Over 150 vendors showed up with handmade jewelry, clothes, and even homemade spices. This craft show focuses on helping small businesses and artists from the region get a head start. According to students, it can also boost these artists' confidence.
I think one of the most important things is it kind of shows people that you can follow your passions. Like, it shows the students that there are things that you can do with art, and there are things that you can continue your lives with, and also just allows students to be more connected to the community they're in.
Proceeds from the craft show will go to fund college scholarships for Logan students after they graduate. And hey, make News 3 part of your weekly routine by downloading the Channel 3000 app for the latest headlines and weather conditions 24/7. And when we get back, walking to raise awareness and support. We're back after this.
It's A1 Furniture's anniversary sale with up to 43% off store-wide and 43 months free financing. Plus, get tax included on purchases over $9.99. Huge selection in stock now at A1 Furniture.
Madison's locally owned family furniture store.
The house before you, over 30 years old, still has its original window. Boom.
No need to be afraid of old windows. Call Feldco for 50% off.
It's the biggest sale of the season. 50% off Feldco windows, plus no money down and no interest until 2024.
50% off windows ends soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
I'm Sheriff Jim Johnson.
I'm Sheriff Eric Severson.
We've got the real story on Mandela Barnes.
Barnes wants to defund our police, but he spent over $600 grand of your money on police protection for himself.
Barnes wants to eliminate bail for violent felons, and his administration has already released over 800 criminals, including 44 child rapists.
Take it from us.
Mandela Barnes policies are a threat to your family.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
There's a reason big dental bills often come as a shock, because sometimes you don't realize what's not covered until you get the bill. That's why affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual is important. It can give you benefits that go beyond what you get from more limited coverage plans. Because no one likes a big dental bill, especially if you're retired or on a fixed income. For a free information kit, call or go online now. This isn't some discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance that helps cover over 350 procedures, like cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures, at any dentist you want. Dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company helps cover preventive care, basic work, and major procedures, with no deductibles and no annual maximum. For your free information kit with all the details, call now or visit sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Don't miss miss A1 Furniture's anniversary sale. Save up to 43% off name brand mattresses and get 43 months free financing. Plus, get tax included on purchases over $9.99. Huge selection in stock now at A1 Furniture.
Madison's locally owned family furniture store.
A new house with superpowers.
It looks normal. It just uses less energy, and we'll save money down the road.
Susan Simon shows you a first-of-its-kind home construction in our area. Find out what makes it special for the homeowners and our environment. Monday at 10. News 3 Now brought you the only debate between Governor Tony Evers and challenger Tim Michels, focusing on the important issues facing Wisconsin and our nation. Committed to giving you a clear and objective view of campaign 2022. News 3 Now, your local election headquarters.
Finally this morning, October is Down Syndrome Awareness Month, and a nonprofit in Virginia Beach raised both awareness and support for the local Down syndrome community. Anthony Sabella has more.
Every few yards, the chance to learn about a different local child. And sure, they may all have their challenges, but today, it's all about support.
We have raised more this year than we have in the past, so hopefully we will continue getting sponsors and people to come out and walk with our kids and have fun.
Tammy Nobles is president of the Down Syndrome Association of Hampton Roads, the organization behind Saturday's Step Up for Down Syndrome Walk. Teams crowded along the track at Mount Trashmore Park in Virginia Beach. The annual event is the biggest fundraiser of the year for the nonprofit that advocates for those with Down syndrome, improving their lives and their families' lives. Noble says this year's walk raised nearly $40,000 through the day, but it's also about fun. And that's what keeps Norfolk's TR Dance Center coming back year after year with its Mixed Abilities in Motion dance program.
It brings them self-esteem, it brings them a sense of importance, and the families talk about how they are at home practicing their dances. One of our students, Landon, has a stage name. His name is Dino, so that's how important it is.
Different with this year's walk is the inclusion of more vendors. The same, a chance for everybody to have a good time and be themselves.
Well, that's a great story there. All right, Greg, how about one more check on the weather before we go today?
Well, enjoy the last day of the weekend here. 70s, gusty winds today and tomorrow, and then the rain comes tonight. But once again, Monday night or Monday afternoon to Tuesday looks to be the best opportunity for most areas to get some rain. But back to where we should be for the rest of the work week for temperature-wise. So
we got Packer football coming up at noon. They're out in D.C. Decent conditions to play out there.
Cloudy conditions, 60s, maybe a shower, but light winds. So really good conditions.
Greg said before in the commercial, no excuses. And the Commanders, no starting quarterback. Carson Wentz is out.
He is out, isn't he?
So we'll see. All right, Packers kickoff at noon. Thanks for joining us this morning. We'll see you back here next weekend.